What's up, mountain goat?
What's up, mother of a psycho killer?
Mm, Totifer. It's crazy. Every day.
Now he's just killing animals and dragging them in the house.
Listen, I had a situation on Saturday because, okay, here's what I do. Y'all know about my soft wake ups. I can't wake up in the morning. I need to like wake my brain up. I need to check my phone. I need to slowly wake up. Soft wake up. Got it. Anyway, so what I do is I have like a flappy screen thing where the dog can come in and out if he wants to. So I'll wake up, open the back door, then he can go in and out for the next fucking 40 minutes and entertain himself while I do my soft wake up in my bed. But during that, he usually comes in the bed, sees if I'm awake yet, fucking shoots off and goes outside again, comes back in, he'll lick my fucking face, give me a kiss, blah, 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 go crazy, go back outside. So he had done that this morning. And then, okay, so then I finally wake up. I go in the dining room. He has a dirty nose. His whole face is dirty. And I'm like, what were you doing digging in the dirt? Whatever. So I go in the kitchen, wipe the dirt off his face. And then I go in the living room and he had brought a full body adult squirrel into the house and dropped it on the carpet in my living room. And my initial reaction, I look over at it and I go, yo, I was like, nah. And it was like such a multi-level reaction because you know how much we fucking love animals. So I was like kind of impressed, grossed out, sad for the squirrel. How do I get this out of my fucking house? And then I'm having flashbacks because I know he has run in my room already and kissed my fucking mouth.
Yep.
So I have dead squirrel mouth. And then I'm like, I have to get this out right now. And then in my brain goes, Tenney's out of town. I can't even go to Tenney. So he can't even get this out of my house for me. So I put like lots of layers of paper towel over it and got a bag and picked it up and put it outside. And then I scrubbed my rug and then I put him immediately in the bathtub, washed his body. I put him in the kitchen sink, and you know how kitchen sink guns, I literally shot his fucking mouth out with a sink gun for like 3 minutes. I'm like, you're disgusting. You have dead squirrel mouth. And then after he was done, I went in the bathroom, washed my whole fucking face, washed my mouth out, did mouthwash, flipped out. And then, okay, so then I couldn't eat like all day. I was disgusted. I kept fucking seeing the squirrel in my head. It was fucking gross. So anyway, so then I wake up on Sunday. He has a blown out eyeball. He has like the reddest eye. I'm like, cool. Did he get dead squirrel disease? Like, what is in his eye? Did he wipe his eye on it? Whatever. So I emailed my vet. He went into the vet on Monday. She said it's scratched. He scratched his eyeball. And Toad doesn't have dew claws, like they were removed before I adopted him, which is fucking disgusting, whoever did that. But Bosties and Frenchies do have a tendency to dig their own eyeballs. So I'm like, he didn't do it. So like her running theory was like, maybe he shook that squirrel in it. Its little paw hit him in the fucking eye. I don't know. But I think it was dead. She thinks it was dead. But like, could he have tussled with a live squirrel? I don't know. I don't know what happened. So anyway, he has eyeball cream and painkiller. And I'm just over here shooting stuff in his eye 3 times a day and sneaking in painkiller. And
then you told me today your eye was fucked up.
I know. And then I woke up today and my eyeball was fucked up. I have dead squirrel disease too.
This episode called Dead Squirrel Eye.
Yeah, dead squirrel mouth, dead squirrel disease. And yeah, I have a video of it. I put it on my Instagram, but I'll put it on the WooPod Instagram because the video is so funny. Because he looks like, why don't you like this? I brought you this amazing thing in the house. It's the first time he's ever brought anything.
I brought you a flappy toy.
Yeah, brought you this. It looks just like all. And the funny part is in the video, people are like, I don't think he has enough toys. Why wouldn't he bring this in here? Because the whole floor is just fucking toys. It was a ridiculous weekend.
Oh, Dodie Monk.
He baby. He's just so innocent. He's such a nugget.
Psycho killer.
I know. And then, when I had Bean, he scratched his eyeball like 3 or 4 times too. So I say, okay, they have a regular eyeball. And then when they're like whiny or they're crying a lot, I call it a cry ball. And then when they scratch it, it's called the scry ball. So right now, Toad has a scry ball, which is a scratched eyeball.
Bean scratched his eye once at a Strange Escapes event in Mackinac Island.
He did. We woke up in the hotel one day. He had dug his own eyeball in the middle of the night, woke up with the worst looking scratched eyeball. And there was no vet on the island because they had already gone home for the season. So me and you had to wait it out because we weren't leaving till the next day. We waited it out. And then it was like every mode of transportation possible. We put like poor hurt Bean in a horse-drawn carriage because that's all that's on Mackinac, put him on a ferry. Then we drove directly to the vet on the way home, and he had a scry ball, and we had to get medicine. But yeah, I was really bummed out that you weren't here to pick up the dead squirrel out of my house for me.
Sorry, I was busy doing ghosty stuff at Mount Washington.
You looked like you had fun. So I'm going to be honest with you. Some events this year, you've been over fucking doing it. And in your face looks kind of miserable sometimes. And I can tell when you're not having a good time. But every picture I saw from this weekend, I could tell you were genuinely having a nice time.
I had a really nice time. It was very fun. Everybody that showed up was the best. Everybody was so lovely and kind and sweet, and so many friends, and it was really wonderful. I got to Boston Airport, and Richard Estep and I drove up together, so that was like 2 hours of us just talking about Doctor Who and Star Trek.
Oh boy, am I glad I wasn't in that car.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Get it out now before you see me.
And he had never been there, so like it's always fun at Mount Washington when you go with someone for the first time, because you like come around the corner and see it for the first time, and it's all magical. It's just all lit up, and they had Christmas lights up, and this was the first year. They haven't done it in a long time. Usually we're leaving and they're putting the Christmas lights and Christmas trees up. They were already up when we got there.
Cute.
So it was all decked out for Christmas. They had a full size, like real sized gingerbread house inside the lobby, made out of gingerbread.
That's sick.
Like there were people frosting the roof with cans of frosting.
Did you lick it?
I did lick it.
You did not.
I did. Me and
You
Becky
did?
me and Becky Galentine both licked it. There was like the VIP party, and then I think Becky said something like, "Has anyone licked that?" And I was like, "I'll lick it." And then I like walked over and licked it, and she was like, "Well, I guess if he's gonna lick it, I'll lick it too."
There's no situation where we won't act like we're 7 years old.
No, 100%. I instantly was like, "Oh, I'll lick it. I'll lick that giant gingerbread house."
Going down. That's so cute.
It was very, very funny. And again, like I can't stress them. There was there were a lot of new people there, and that's always awesome. I mean, not that it's awesome that there aren't tons of friends there, but like the tons of friends are the bonus, and then making new friends and then introducing new friends to old friends, it's also wonderful.
Wonderful. Yeah, we had a contest in our Patreon for someone to win 2 tickets to this. So the winner from that was there. And there was a bunch of other Pates there because they sent me video and were like, wish you were here. We're investigating.
Let me just tell you how much I appreciate the pates that come to these events and send you video, since I'm not doing it.
I know. I swear the only people that checked in with me was our Pates, and Adam Berry sent me a Marco too. And that's all. I'm like, I'm so glad you guys make me feel included because I don't talk to my best friend all fucking weekend.
There it is.
I know.
And then in my group on the night of the investigation, when people are ghost hunting, they rotate. For those people who don't know and have never been to one of these events, you rotate through to different areas and you investigate with each of the guest speakers. So when people got to me this time, since I had just done it in England, instead of ghost hunting, I taught everybody how to remote view.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Every group like fucking crushed it.
Where were you trying to go to?
So I was trying to, it's so funny with remote viewing because it's almost like the groups start psychically seeing what the last group saw. So the first group did really good, but I was trying to get them to see Giant Rock.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. And by the fourth group, 99% of the people were drawing it.
Weird.
So weird. And not only that, but they were drawing like a shape that looked like the Giant Rock. And then like 80% of them would, for some reason, draw a UFO.
Weird.
So weird.
You know what's also weird? Like, I swear to you, like 35 minutes ago, I was in the kitchen and I was literally thinking about Giant Rock and when we were here. And then you just said it.
It was a very weird weekend. And there were a couple of couples who had never been to a Strange Escapes before. And there was a husband and a wife. And I was talking to them at the bar. And the husband was maybe a year or two older than me. His fucking mind was blown. This was the night after I taught everybody how to psychically remote view, or at least a version of it. And he stopped me and he was like, by the way, this whole ghost hunting stuff is my wife's deal. I'm just like brought along for it. And last night we were in that room and you had us drawing psychically. I've never seen any shit like that. I'm so weirded out and I'm totally into all of this now.
Sick.
It was super cool.
That's like the highest praise.
100%.
I know. I feel like a lot of times, like the spouse is like dragged along to these, but that's like nice that they're like, okay, yes, dear, let's go to whatever weird fucking thing you want to go to. That's fine.
Yeah, let's go do your spooky shit at a haunted hotel. And then when I got there, Amy said, by the way, we're not doing investigations on Sunday. Can you like go and summon UFOs on top of the hotel with all the guests?
You're like, oh, fine.
I was like, oh, fine, of course.
Sounds terrible.
I'll craft a magic ritual to stand on top of a 123-year-old hotel and have people sing to UFOs. Of course.
My life is so hard.
So I spent a couple of days. I always bring chalk with me wherever I go. Mm-hmm. So like I surrounded the entire, I don't wonder what the people at the Mount Omni Washington Hotel thought. I circled the entire hotel with like chalk sigils and circles all around the hotel. And then the night of, I had Rob and Allie, Tom, Michaela, Maggie, I had them all draw the sigil on Post-it notes. And then I had them drop them all over the inside of the hotel. So the whole outside and the whole inside had just like hundreds of sigils all over the inside and outside of the hotel. It was super cool. And then we went up on the roof. There were probably, I think, about 45 or 50 of us, and it had snowed. So in the snow, I like duck walked and scraped the snow with my feet and made a giant sigil on the roof of the hotel. Then I had everybody stand at the circle around it. We all held hands and we kind of did Ring Around the Rosie, and we all walked around the circle while singing You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine. You know what happened?
The sun came out in the middle of the night.
No, nothing happened.
Oh.
But we all had a very good time, and everyone laughed and thought it was one of the best parts of the whole event.
Yeah, I like the pictures from it. It looks sick.
Well, like, even if a UFO doesn't come, we talk about this all the time, just go and do weird shit.
Yeah.
When's the next time you're going to stand on the roof of a 120-year-old hotel and like hold hands and sing songs to the UFOs?
Yeah. I mean, for us, pretty often. But
well,
for most
people... For us, it's like Tuesday. But
yeah, but for most people, gotta take that chance.
But it was really fun, and I'm glad everybody had fun.
Yeah, it looked like a blast. I saw you went to the Betty and Barney Hill sign again.
Yeah, so Richard asked up, didn't like have any idea it was there. So we stopped and took pictures. That's fun. And then I will restate this for everybody because I was in Boston and New Hampshire. Restate this for all the listeners, maybe new listeners who have never listened to this podcast before. Dunkin' Donuts is fucking garbage, and I will never, ever, ever drink Dunkin' Donuts ever again.
Yeah, we almost really had a situation.
I drank a large Dunkin' Donuts because it's all they had at Boston Logan Airport. Got on the plane. Flight home is an hour and 20 minutes home.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Then the seatbelt light comes on, and the pilot's like, we're about to begin descent. Please stay in your seats. My stomach... That Dunkin' Donuts fucked up my stomach so bad. I unbuckled my seatbelt, got up, walked to the bathroom, and the airline steward goes, what are you doing? And I was like, I have to go to the bathroom right now. And he goes, well, it's going to get pretty dicey in there. And I looked at him and I said, if you don't let me in that bathroom, it's going to get real dicey out here. And then he let me in the bathroom.
That's like everyone's worst nightmare.
So it's the worst nightmare ever.
Dunkin' is vile.
Dunkin' is vile.
Yikes. Well,
then I came home with a stomach ache, and my dad was at my house waiting for me.
Your dad being there when you got home is like worse than plain diarrhea, for sure.
For sure.
I was talking to somebody earlier, and it was it was in the Patreon chat, and they said, because I said that, okay, here, I can't, why do I have a podcast? I don't know how to talk. Anyway.
I don't know. I ask myself this all the time.
Listen,
121 episodes I've asked that question.
I know. Listen, it's because I start a story at one point, and then in my brain it's like, no wait, go back. You haven't prefaced the story well enough. So I'm trying to add things before when I already started talking. Any fucking way.
You're like Rashomon, but only one person.
I don't know what that means.
Oh my goodness gracious.
What the fuck? What does that mean? Now I'm going to forget. Just listen. I'm going to forget everything.
I'm going to say, just go with it.
Okay. Anyway, so we were supposed to have a YouTube live show this Friday. Spoiler alert. We're not fucking doing it anymore because we've had a week and we're stressed out. And I thought it was going to be good. Like, people were going to have the day off. No, everybody's going to be with their family and no guests would be able to make it. And we're just going to postpone it till December. So look forward to our YouTube live show in December. So anyway, I said that in the Patreon chat. And I said, one of the reasons is because I have to look after Toad and I can't be on a live feed for 7 hours when I have to shoot stuff in his fucking eyeball. And your dad is at your house and we don't know when he's going to leave. And then somebody said, if Tenney needs to get away, he can come to my house for Thanksgiving. And I said, not to be rude, but I'm supposed to go to Tenney's house for Thanksgiving. And I really fucking hope his dad is gone. I'm sorry if that's mean, and now it looks like he's not going to be gone. So I guess we're just going to have a merry old time with your dad.
He currently is asleep on the couch watching Mission Impossible 1.
Current.
Which I think came out in 1993. And he has convinced himself he's never seen any of them, even though 3 weeks ago I sent him the newest Mission Impossible on Blu-ray, and he called me and told me how awesome it was.
Dang.
Also, he has watched every episode of 1883 and 1923, which are the 2 Yellowstone shows. He's watched every single episode of every single one of those while he's been at my house.
Where are you hiding while he's taking up your living room?
I'm literally upstairs in my bedroom, curled up in a ball, watching the clock tick the seconds away.
I know that was your mistake. You said you rode your bike to the gas station today. You should have rode it over here and hid from your dad. He always gets up and leaves without even announcing it. So hopefully he'll just be gone when you wake up tomorrow, but nobody knows.
I will tell you right now, from all of the signs, there are signs. One is he did laundry today. Well, I did his laundry today.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I gave it to him, he folded it up and put it in a bag and put it in the minivan. Then about 2 hours ago, I looked and there's less food in my refrigerator, which means
He better not have taken any of our fucking food.
Which means he has taken food out of the refrigerator, put it in the cooler in the car. So I'm assuming that he's going to leave around 5 o'clock in the morning.
Perfect. No offense. That leads into, I wanted to give a shout out to Sarah E. I don't know how to say her last name. I'm sorry. But
Well, some people don't want their last name said.
I know I wasn't going to do it anyway, but double reason, I don't know how to fucking say it. But anyway, Sarah E. very graciously, okay, you guys, we talk about, I don't know how often we talk about it, but there's a bomb vegan sandwich place by us, and they were doing a vegan feast for 2 deal that you could go pick up and cook at your house. And Sarah bought it for us and was like, go pick up your food on Wednesday. And I was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
What a champion.
What a champion. I know. So I wasn't going to buy that, but I wanted it so bad. And I was like, I don't know how you knew, but I've been dreaming about that. And you made my whole holiday. So thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
But the point of this rant was, you better make sure your dad didn't take any of our fucking food.
I have made sure that all the food is there.
Okay, good.
By putting it in a place that he would never look.
Is there a drawer that says vegetables?
There are 2 drawers that say vegetables and fruits.
Perfect. Perfect.
And it's all in there, and it's absolutely untouched.
Your dad would open the drawer that says pour ice cream on top of soup and drink it.
Anyway, so you are coming over for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I have to cook all this stuff?
Yeah.
All right.
You like cooking. I would rather do anything than cook. I fucking hate cooking.
I'm actually looking really forward to cooking. As a matter of fact, in preparation for cooking the food, I brought out all my Thanksgiving plates.
Cute.
Yeah. I guess what else I bought just for you?
What?
Salt, because I didn't have any normal salt, and I knew that you were going to have to cover your food in salt.
I use sea salt.
I have sea salt. That's what I bought.
Oh, okay.
Come on, friend.
This is boring. Anyway, this is a great segue, actually, because I went and saw Saltburn again.
First of all, we had to get a little boring because we just talked about airplane diarrhea, so...
I know. We go from bad to medium to now we're going to try and make it better. Anyway, the studio people we work with wanted us to host a screening of Saltburn, even though I've already seen it. So there was a Saltburn party screening that I hosted on Monday because you were gone. So I had to do it by myself. But it was cute. I invited like 30 people-ish. And they had food, and they had like a little red carpet situation, and they had prizes, and it was really cute. And we had to dress up a little bit, and I put antlers on because Barry Keoghan in Saltburn wears antlers. And it's even better the second time. Like, it's my movie of the year. I don't give a fuck. Saltburn is so fucking good. It's the best movie of the year. I was so stoked to see it again. And okay, another thing that I noticed was the first time it felt a little bit long and maybe the pacing felt a little bit slow, but now that I've seen it twice, the pacing is perfect. Some parts that I thought didn't happen for a while in the movie, they actually happen pretty fast, and it just like keeps going. It's the fucking best movie. It's weird as fuck. Also, this screening, the audience was way younger and the reaction was way better. Like, nobody was offended. Nobody was like disgusted.
Good.
They took it way better.
Good.
Yeah, it was the shit. So yeah, I did that on Monday. And then a few days before that, I went to a screening of Dream Scenario, the new Nicolas Cage movie. It's an A24 movie. And I thought they're kind of selling it as a funny movie, and it's not funny. I mean, no, it is funny, but it's not like a feel-good funny movie. It's like a feel-bad funny movie. It's really sad and depressing, but it's good. Honestly, I wouldn't run right out to the theater and see it, but definitely watch it at home. It's funny, but it's like funny because it's depressing. But he's so good in it. And the premise of the movie is he's like a regular, boring college professor guy, and then overnight, basically, more and more people around the world start having a dream about him and they don't know why the fuck it's happening. So he goes like viral, he's on like the news, but then it starts to go really bad and then it gets really depressing. So it's a good watch, but it's depressing. But he's great. It's one of those roles. I feel like every movie I've ever seen of Nicolas Cage, you get to the end and you're like, nobody could have played it like that. Like he's so, whatever niche movies that he plays in, it's like he was the exact right fucking person to play that. So it was really good. And then side note, the A24 rep person said that they loved the name of our podcast.
Oh, that's nice.
I know, it made me so happy.
That's nice.
I know. So yeah, so I went to that. Also, this is a really side note too. Remember, I just did it again. Remember the guy, I'm gonna say his name because I'm pissed now. The guy I told you, I can't talk. Okay, so we saw Thanksgiving and we fucking loved it, right? And I'm still coming off of that, right? So I've been keeping an eye on the Rotten Tomatoes to see how annoyed I'm going to be about people slamming the movie for no reason. And there's that guy, the Detroit fucking film critic who I fucking hate, who slams every horror movie. And he did it again. He's one of the only critics on there who rated Thanksgiving bad, and I hate him. Maybe I won't say his name. But I literally feel like we have mutual friends, so I'm not going to say it, but he's the worst. This is how I feel. It's like watching a German movie, right? And it's in German and there's no subtitles and you don't understand German and you watch the whole fucking movie and then you're like, I hated this movie. Like, it's not for you. You don't understand it. You clearly don't like or understand horror, so don't watch it and don't review it. It's rude.
That's why it's not for me.
Right.
Or it is for me.
Right. He ruins, I've single-handedly watched him ruin people's Rotten Tomatoes score for no reason. He is the worst. I literally, every time we see him at press screenings, I hate him more. I feel like I'm going to fight him in public.
But you know what movie he gave a good review to?
Well, fucking Trolls.
Love Witch.
Oh, whatever. He's the worst. You can go through somebody's, oh God.
Oh, geez. Sirens and Toad?
This is a lot. He's just agreeing with me that he hates this guy too. Anyway, so you can click their critic name on Rotten Tomatoes and go through all their ratings, and he pans every single horror movie, and then he'll give like good ratings to like the worst fucking run-of-the-mill movies. Anyway, he sucks.
Well, we don't.
We don't suck.
We let people make up their own minds.
I know, but we also are like very like the glass is half full. Like
even the worst movie, the reason that I say it's not for me, even the worst movie, there were dozens of people who worked real fucking hard on it.
Yup. Yeah, harder than some douche just going to free movies and saying shitty stuff about him.
Yes.
Fuck that guy. Anyway. And then another, like last Friday when you were gone, I don't know, wait, I'm trying to remember, but like 3 bad things happened all in a row. I'm not going to talk about it, but I can only remember one. There's a reason why I'm not. But anyway, I was spiraling on Friday and it was one of those days where like a few things happened in a row and you're like, I'm putting my phone down and I'm disassociating for the rest of the day because I'm fucking annoyed and pissed. So listen, I put my phone down at like 4. I watched literally in a row. I watched 4 Hugh Grant movies in a row and didn't move. That's how I fixed myself. And it really worked. I watched Notting Hill, which quite honestly, every time I watch it is one of the best movies ever fucking made.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's
let's hear these 4 Hugh Grant movies and see how many I haven't seen.
Notting Hill is such a beautiful movie. Every time I watch it, it's in one of my top 10 movies ever made. I'll say it right now. It's so good. It's so perfect. He's so charming. It's perfect. Anyway, so I watched that, but then the sad part is they all went down from there. Well, okay. So I've never watched Bridget Jones' Diary.
Okay.
So I finally watched it. I watched Bridget Jones 1 and 2 because Hugh Grant is in both.
Yes.
They are fine.
The first one is fine.
Yeah.
And is actually for me.
Whoa. Controversial.
The second one is garbage.
Yeah. The first one is definitely the better one, but they're both just like, really? This is your pinnacle fucking rom-coms? No. Yeah, Notting Hill is like Citizen Kane next to Bridget Jones' Diary.
Have you ever seen Citizen Kane?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway.
I just wanted to make sure before you made that comparison. You didn't know what Rashomon was.
I don't know what that is still. But anyway, so I watched Notting Hill, Bridget Jones 1 and 2, and then I watched 2 Weeks Notice with Hugh Grant and Sandra Bullock, which again was like fine.
Never seen it.
It's like perfectly serviceable, have this on and be cozy.
I can't believe we're getting into a Hugh Grant discussion.
I love him.
Do you know what my favorite Hugh Grant movie is?
4 Weddings and a Funeral.
100%.
I just watched that recently and it's just wonderful.
It's one of my top 10 movies.
Listen, if you love 4 Weddings and a Funeral, you are going to be like 4 Weddings and a Funeral is like a step under Notting Hill. Notting Hill is so charming and good. We should watch it together, actually.
One of the best parts about Four Weddings and a Funeral is
Mhm.
how bad Andy McDowell is as an actress.
Well, not a truth. And also she treats him like absolute garbage.
Garbage, the whole movie. But that line, I mean, it's almost a meme, the line delivery at the very end, where he's like, tells her it's raining, and she's like, I hadn't noticed.
No, it's not good. It's not good. No, if you love that movie, you will love Notting Hill.
All right. And then I liked About a Boy.
I watched that when it came out and I have not rewatched it since, but trust me, it'll happen.
Yeah, I think I liked it. I think it was for me. I don't remember because I saw it in the theater for some reason.
Yeah.
Who the fuck was I dating then that was making me go see About a Boy in the movie theater?
Sounds like something you go to with like your mom. Anyway,
My mom does not like British men. She did not like British men. My mom was fucking, I mean, when I was growing up, we had a picture of Tom Selleck on our refrigerator.
That's pretty good.
And Barry Gibb.
He's not American.
He's Australian. I was just trying to think of pictures of people my mom liked that she had around the house. Barry Gibb and Tom Selleck.
Nice. Your mom likes beefcakes.
Oh yeah, she's from the era of beefcakes. That's why.
Yeah, any dudes you've ever told me that she thought were cute are like.
And what's the one guy's name?
She liked Colton on The Bachelor.
She liked Colton on that. Who was the guy? Is it Taye Diggs?
Taye Diggs, really?
Yeah.
She's very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, he follows me on Twitter.
Taye Diggs does?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. Why doesn't he follow me on Twitter? My mom has had a crush on him.
Well, just tweet at him and tell him that.
Maybe I will when this episode comes out.
Another side thing I wanted to bring up that I thought was cute that has happened since the last time we recorded is we talked about it last episode, but you hadn't done it yet. But anyway, you went and spoke at the Did we talk about, was it after? Anyway.
We did talk about it. I talked about it.
Yeah, you went and spoke at the MUFON meeting, the Mutual UFO Network meeting in Michigan. And you brought up to me that I knew when the Michigan swamp gas thing happened and they didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know. You knew what year it was and they didn't know.
I know, which means I'm a genius. I was so proud. I feel like there's moments, okay, I'm just like a small nugget in the wild, but I feel like there's some moments where you're like really proud of me.
I am proud of you. I was proud of you at that moment. Can I tell you what I was infuriated about now that you brought up Kinross? What I was infuriated about.
What happened?
So Kinross is tomorrow, the 23rd. That's the anniversary. I found it's maybe like 2 years old, but there's a YouTube video where George Takei does like a breakdown of the Kinross, and it's super produced. It's like somebody had money, maybe because William Shatner was doing those unexplained things. They were like, we should have George Takei do them too. And they did one on Kinross. It's only like 11 minutes long, and I watched it and was furious.
Is it all wrong?
There's a lot wrong in it, but Robert Wilson gets mentioned twice.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing is about Felix. Like both of them.
They're two different planes?
No, they were in the same fucking plane.
Yeah, then how do you talk about...
That's what I mean. They say like, and then Felix got into his plane, in which radar operator Robert Wilson sat, and took off toward his adventure in the... Like, everything is about... It seems like it happened to one guy.
Mm.
And it really fucking made me mad, because the whole reason I started investigating that case in the first place is that authors were spelling Robert's name wrong.
How do you...
Like, there's a one book where it's spelled Willson instead of... And then there's another book that spells it Wilsson.
Like the thing where I get like violently mad when people spell Villisca Axe Murder House wrong because they spell it AXE instead of AX.
Yes. Have you seen the promo now that it's been bought?
Ugh, they've been making promo videos for that and Lizzie Borden's, and it's just the worst.
Where they're showing like the kids being dragged, their bodies being dragged through the house.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with them?
By the way, did you know that guy tried to put an axe throwing place in the basement of Elizabeth Borden's house?
Oh.
And I guess the city wouldn't let him, so it's like in a building next door.
That guy needs psychological help.
Crazy.
Nobody go to Lizzie Borden's or Villisca anymore. You don't make like Disney World out of murder sites.
It's so weird.
That's gross. Anyway, we said it was the anniversary of Kinross, and now it's also the anniversary of the JFK assassination.
Today is.
60 years.
60 years for Kennedy, 70 years for Kinross.
Crazy.
Both Ks, both happening in years that end with 3. Dun, 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 dun. What is the conspiracy?
both unsolved mostly.
Dun, 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 dun.
I still want to get to Texas.
Go to Dallas to Dealey Plaza.
Yeah.
Is that what you were trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it, buddy.
Yeah. It's on the list. Maybe someday when I go to like New Orleans, I'll just like go sideways and then like go back over.
And then you can go to that bar where Lee Harvey Oswald's daughter is a bartender.
Really?
Yeah, she used to be. I don't know if she still is, but she was tending bar for a while.
Weird. I did not know that.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. There's a newish docuseries on Apple TV Plus about that. It's called the Enfield Poltergeist docuseries. I can't talk today.
No, you're doing terrible. What's going on?
I know. I don't know. I need vitamins. I don't know what's happening.
You got squirrel blood in your eye.
No, my brain is working real slow today. But it's really good though. The style in which they do it is it's recreations, but they're playing real recordings from the house and the investigator, and then they'll have like actors mouth all the recordings. So that makes it even fucking creepier because as much as you can sync it up, it's still a little bit off and it makes you feel weird. And it's like all very like 70s. Obviously, the house looks all 70s, all the people look 70s. And then too, I always appreciate this so much when they do like a perfect casting of people. So like the people that they have playing the original people are so good. So yeah, it's 4 episodes long. I'm on the 3rd episode right now, and they just introduced like when the Warrens come into the picture.
Have they cast someone with Ed's weird face?
No. I feel like of all the people in this series, the Warrens don't look like them at all, but everybody else does.
Every single show is like, no one wants to look at Ed Warren.
No, the guy just looks like a guy, and no, they don't look like them. But I was mostly on board for all of it. But then in the last episode or so, they did like where the little girl starts like talking as the ghost of Bill Wilkins.
Yeah.
And they have a video clip of the original interview of her doing it. And to me, she clearly looks like she's just like doing it, and then she like laughs. I'm like, I think she's just fucking with everybody. I don't know. I gotta watch the rest. I don't know. And then they have like real photos too, because they had the cameras on like a trigger, and
Right.
they have real photos of her flying through the air. So those are very believable for me. But the voices, like, they're starting to lose me.
Yeah. I'm a ghost.
I know. The voice is creepy before you realize, I don't know. And then he got kind of abusive because he tried to get her to do the voice, and he taped her fucking mouth shut, and then he made her put water in her mouth and tape it shut. I was like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went a little nuts. And the other thing that I thought was shitty was he had kids at home, and he spent every waking day and night at that house and like ignored the shit out of his own kids.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah. Researchers back in the day, they didn't have a lot of chill.
No. At first he seemed it, and also there's like clips too of like the girls are like getting terrorized in their bed, and then some of the investigator full grown men get in the fucking bed. I'm like, nope, you don't do that.
I think I told you, you probably don't remember, but I think I told you about in Paw Paw, Michigan back in the day, there was this guy called the Paw Paw fire breather.
What the fuck is that?
So there was this guy, and like you could hold like wood scraps or paper in your hand, and he would blow on it and it would burst into flames.
Oh, you did tell me about that before.
Yeah. And so like when they were testing him and stuff, they wanted to make sure like it wasn't a magic trick. Mm-hmm. So they would like strip him naked and make him stand like up to his chin in Lake Michigan, like naked. And then they would float on a boat next to his head and say like, set this paper on fire. And he would blow on it. And then the paper would set on fire. And then they'd be like, okay, now take a mouthful of water and stick your head under the water. And they would like hold his head under the water. And then he'd pop up and spit the water out. And they'd go, okay, now make the paper set on fire. And he'd do it. And then, yeah, it was weird. But investigators back in the day, I said, they have no chill. Like, go stand naked in a lake. No thanks.
No. Didn't you say they eventually figured out that he had like something in his teeth?
The only thing that they could come up with is that he was somehow storing like sulfur powder in his mouth and like cracking it with his teeth and then making it happen. But there are reports that they had like swabbed his mouth and brushed his teeth, and they figured he was just somehow fooling them. And it was the late 1800s, so who really knows what was going on back then? I like to believe that he was like a real life superhero.
Yeah, it was a dragon.
Yeah, he's a dragon man.
Yeah, it was a real dragon. I think that's it.
So today when I went grocery shopping with my dad, side note to absolutely nowhere, I was standing there and I was looking at, I was sitting there looking at potatoes.
Weird.
And a guy comes up to me and he goes, excuse me, this might sound really strange, but are you like a ghost person? And I looked at him and I smiled and I go, it's not a strange question unless you're asking me if I am a ghost.
Am I real?
And he goes, No, he goes, my wife sent me over here because she says that she's seen you on television and watches you investigate for ghosts.
Cute.
And I said, yes, that is me. Then he went and got his wife, and she came over and told me that she loves seeing me on TV and has seen me on Kindred. And I guess at some point she found out that I was from the area. So she was like Google searching me, and I've listened to all these podcasts and I've listened to like all this stuff, and I can't believe that it's you. And wow, 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 wow. It was very nice.
Cute.
But I was trying to buy potatoes, so I was kind of distracted.
You're like, oh, excuse me, I have serious fucking business. Did your dad straight up think that you hired somebody to recognize you?
My dad was like tooling around on one of those carts in the store, so he had no idea it happened. He missed it.
So he still thinks you're a loser.
Yeah, pretty much. Even though he's in my house eating my food.
I feel like everybody that's listening right now, that would be their absolute dream to find you in a store looking at potatoes. That's like so on brand. Like,
one time I got recognized in the grocery store and I was holding a yam and like a 20 pack of toilet paper. And a woman was like, you're John Tenney. And I was like, oh my God, here we go. Yes. She started telling me about her haunted house. And I was like standing here with one of those giant, this is enough for me for the rest of my life packages of toilet paper and a yam.
Buy my frickin' yam in peace, lady. That's cute though.
That was cute.
It is cute.
That's cute. And now that's all I've got.
Okay, I like it.
So what time are you coming over tomorrow, dummy?
Oh, I don't know.
You gotta let me know because I gotta start preparing the food.
What do you think? What's normal dinner time? Like 5 or 6?
I guess.
6?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, let's say 6.
6 o'clock. That means I have to wake up early and I have to put the rolls in.
Oh my God, we could make our plates and watch Notting Hill.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's the best day of my life.
We're going to have a nice Thanksgiving dinner and watch Notting Hill. And every couple hours you can squirt junk in Toad's eye.
Yeah, I got to bring his eye cream there.
Yeah. Okay, great. I can't wait.
I know, me too. And it's still there. I'll shoot some shit in his eye too.
If my dad's here, he'll shoot some shit all over the house.
Oh Lord. I know he's like Pigpen from Charlie Brown.
Oh my God, there's so much all over the house. It's all over the house. There's just like scraps of things all over the house.
While he's just stealing from your house.
He rips open bags, so like a food, and he does it with such force that it like flies all over the floor.
Ugh.
Like a bag of chips, just pop, and there's the top, and then chips go all over the place.
He is a Tasmanian devil.
He's a Tasmanian devil, man.
I'm out of here.
All right, buddy. I hope everybody has a fun week.
Happy beginning of the holiday season to everybody. We love you very much.
We love you very much. That all?
Yeah.
Say goodbye then, dummy.
I would say bye as Bill Wilkins from Enfield. Bye.
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 Bye, everyone. This is the ghost, the Enfield ghost.
I came back to see my wife.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.